It seems that games and feature films are often two worlds that don't want to get along. To say the least, our gamer hearts have been consistently filled with disappointment in the past when Hollywood has tried to ride the wave of success of popular gaming brands. Still, here and there, they appear, those cinematic bright spots that can inspire us just as much as their gaming originals. The adaptation of one of the most popular game franchises, Resident Evil: Welcome to Raccoon City, is amongst the most popular movie franchises that once again fueled the eternal discussion about good and bad video game adaptations. Therefore, in the Gazetely editorial team, we decided to sit down together and ask ourselves the question: which movies based on video game are actually the best? Or rather, which ones got us excited? We came up with a list of 6 films that are based on games, all of which were fascinating, captivating, scary, or simply excellently entertaining in their own way. We have restricted ourselves to live-action films and ignored animated movies and series for this ranking. What do your top lists look like? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Number 6. Mortal Kombat.
First learned about this 7 years ago. On a mission in Brazil to capture a wanted fugitive. When we got there, it tore through our unit in seconds.
After Paul Anderson's Mortal Kombat, this Mortal Kombat from 2021 is now the second adaptation. Even this attempt to film the fighting classic is not perfect. However, it brings with it everything a Mortal Kombat movie needs and more. Of course, the story that director Simon McQuoid and a 5-person team of writers come up with in a very short period of time is quite something to behold. The artificial world seems properly enraptured and is elaborated better than many a pure fantasy story. The major weakness of this Mortal Kombat is that it works more as the first or second act of a longer story. There is no real climax. Instead, epic, brutal, surreal fights that are indeed always about something make up for it. Number 5. Monster Hunter.
Captain, do you have any idea what those markers are?
They look pretty ancient.
Following the Resident Evil series, Paul Anderson continues to be a filmmaker who thinks primarily in terms of massive images for his Monster Hunter game adaptation. In this case, he utilizes the huge landscape panoramas and frequently even more enormous creatures to help unleash one fascinating set piece after another thanks to the once again video game-like structure. In addition, Monster Hunter also impresses with its loving, sometimes bizarre details. In particular, Mila Jovovich and Tony Jaa, whose characters have trouble communicating due to the language barrier, give the film sincere comedy and almost turn it into a silent movie at times. However, the highlight is the finale, when Anderson switches to 1.5 times the normal speed to end Monster Hunter with incomparable excess. Number 4. Ace Attorney. The cult director Takashi Miike's Ace Attorney is an outstanding video game adaptation that is unfairly seldom mentioned among the numerous Hollywood adaptations. The film is based on the first game in Capcom's gaming series of the same name and is about a radically changed legal system in which the young lawyer Phoenix Wright stands up for his clients with passion. To relieve the system, a new form of court proceedings has been introduced. The defense and prosecution face each other in the courtroom and have just 3 days to provide convincing evidence before the verdict is reached. Accordingly, the proceedings are chaotic, intense, funny, and often surprising. Sometimes a parrot is called to the stand or ghosts are questioned. Yes, Ace Attorney is wild and really fun. Number 3. Pokémon Detective Pikachu.
Someone there? Whoever you are, I know how to use this.
Oh, jeez. Here we go.
I know, you can't understand me. But put down the stage.
The Pokémon Detective Pikachu is the cinematic adaptation of one of the world's best-selling franchises. The movie strikes the right balance, however, to draw in veteran fans and non-connoisseurs alike. Sophisticated world-building enables us to immerse ourselves in a captivating world that recreates the feeling that the original has been conveying for 25 years. We ourselves become collectors who want to find the 60 different and photorealistically animated Pokémon types, some of which are very well hidden in the busy world of Rhyme City. Pokémon Detective Pikachu makes us experience what it would be like if Pokémon were actually real. However, the heart of the film is the relationship between human boy Tim and the coffee-addicted and talking Pikachu. as their friendship guides us through what is, for the series, both an unusual and unexpectedly compact and fast-paced mystery conspiracy story taking place in the Pokémon universe. Yes, Pokémon Detective Pikachu is among the best video game adaptations of all time, surpassed only by two. Number 2, Silent Hill.
Christopher, Sharon's gone. I need your help. I'm not okay. Please.
The fire started 30 years ago.
On many lists of the best video game adaptations, Silent Hill is one of the front-runners. In this regard, Christopher Gann's adaptation of the 1999 survival horror game probably surprised many. During a time when video game adaptations were laughed at from an artistic standpoint, Silent Hill looks simply scrumptious. The everlasting rain of ash, the sickeningly fleshy horror visions, and the nightmare creatures, which were implemented very authentically, particularly for fans, all create an incredibly dense atmosphere. With all the references to the video game template, Silent Hill also functions brilliantly as a shocker. Rada Mitchell and Sean Bean portray their roles with believable horror, and the story, which at times is strongly detached from the template, can completely convince even PlayStation detractors. Number 1, Resident Evil.
Come on.
For us, the Resident Evil series with Milla Jovovich is the greatest video game adaptation of all time. Obviously, not every single one of the 6 films is on the same level, but especially the films directed by Paul Anderson are considered some of the most visual works ever to be found in this field. Anderson, like few other directors, is committed to finding a cinematic language for what makes video games special. Everything from the sophisticated aesthetics to the play with time to the portrayal of complex motion sequences. The most impressive are the long corridors through which Jovovich has to make her way as Alice in the Umbrella Corporation's rabbit hole. Here, Anderson manages to create an underground maze full of levels that load and play through before our very eyes. What his Resident Evil films breathe is the spirit of a video game, and the most impressive of them all is Resident Evil Retribution. Tell us, what's your top list of the best video game adaptations? Are there any for you at all? We will also put the link to our article about the best movies based on video games in the description, in which we have included 4 other movies in the list.